Have you ever felt a strange tingling, numbness, or coldness in your feet, even when you're cozy at home? You might brush it off as just a sign of aging, but what if those sensations are your body's quiet warning of something more serious? For millions of American seniors, these symptoms could signal peripheral neuropathy, a nerve-damaging condition tied to diabetes, poor circulation, or even the foods you eat every day. Shockingly, some of the fruits you've trusted as healthy for decades, like pineapple, watermelon, or bananas, could be silently fueling inflammation, spiking blood sugar, and worsening nerve damage in your feet. Ignoring this could risk your mobility, balance, and independence. In this video, we're revealing the 6 worst fruits for seniors, exposing how these seemingly innocent choices might be sabotaging your health. You'll discover why these fruits, found in every kitchen, are linked to tingling, burning, or numbness, and how they could escalate to falls or infections. We'll break down the science, from sugar surges to inflammatory compounds, so you understand exactly what's happening in your body. Stick around until the end to learn smarter fruit alternatives that protect your nerves and keep you steady. Don't miss this. It could be the key to preserving your comfort and freedom. If you're ready to take control, type 1 in the comments and let's dive in. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Pineapple, the hidden sugar bomb. Pineapple, with its bright golden hue and tantalizing tropical sweetness, is a symbol of vitality and joy. It's a fruit that many of us, especially those in their later years, have come to associate with happiness and refreshing summer moments. We remember it in juicy slices or as a sweet addition to our favorite fruit salads, offering a burst of tropical flavor that seems to promise nothing but health and energy. But behind its cheerful exterior lies a much darker secret, one that could be causing unseen damage to your body, particularly for older adults who struggle with issues like circulation problems, diabetes, or nerve sensitivity. What most people don't realize, however, is that pineapple is packed with natural sugars, and a lot of them. While we tend to think of natural sugars as being harmless or even beneficial, the reality is that they can have a significant impact on our health, especially as we grow older. Pineapple is particularly rich in fructose, a type of sugar that, although natural, behaves much like any other sugar in the body. 1 cup of pineapple can contain over 16 grams of sugar, which can enter your bloodstream in a flash. For seniors, whose ability to process sugar may no longer be as efficient as it once was, that rapid sugar spike can be nothing short of dangerous. And the consequences can be far-reaching. When sugar spikes and crashes, it doesn't just mess with your energy levels. It can wreak havoc on your body's delicate systems. Over time, this cycle of high and low blood sugar causes what doctors refer to as glycemic stress, which can harm the body in profound ways. For seniors, this is especially concerning. Your body, already working harder to maintain balance and health, becomes overwhelmed by these sugar fluctuations. This results in damaging effects on the nerves, including the tiny blood vessels that nourish them with the oxygen and nutrients they so desperately need. When these blood vessels become restricted or damaged, the nerves begin to suffer, and this is where the real danger begins. If you've ever experienced that odd tingling sensation in your feet or that strange, cottony feeling while walking, you may have felt the early warning signs. It's as if your feet are numb, yet you haven't been sitting for long. That sensation isn't just uncomfortable, it's a red flag. It signals that your nerves are losing their ability to function properly. Over time, they may even begin to die off due to insufficient blood flow and the damaging effects of excess sugar in your system. Pineapple, though once considered a healthy treat, can stealthily speed up this process, often without any immediate indication that it's harming. What makes this even more insidious is that pineapple doesn't just bring sugar to the table. It also brings an inflammatory factor. It contains bromelain, an enzyme that, for some people, can trigger gut irritation or act as a histamine producer. When combined with the high sugar content, this can lead to a dangerous combination that fuels chronic inflammation. Over time, this inflammation spreads to your joints, your circulation, and, most tragically, your peripheral nerves. The very thing you once viewed as a vibrant symbol of health now becomes a silent attacker, eroding the foundation of your mobility, comfort, and quality of life. And the most dangerous part: pineapple doesn't taste like a threat. It tastes like sunshine, like warmth, like the carefree days of youth. It's a flavor we associate with joy, relaxation, and memories of summer vacations. But for older nerves, for those delicate and often fragile feet, this fruit is a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's a sweet deception, one that hides its true dangers beneath its bright, inviting exterior. But here's the real question: how many other fruits, so often deemed safe or even healthy, might be doing just as much harm? Pineapple might be the most obvious culprit, but it's certainly not the only one. There are other fruits out there that, while appearing to offer hydration and simple, natural goodness, could very well be just as misleading, and possibly even more damaging. It's time to take a closer look, because, in the world of aging health, what we believe is safe might just be the thing silently compromising our well-being. 2. Watermelon. Refreshing but dangerous. On a warm, sun-drenched day, there's little that compares to the pure bliss of biting into a cold, juicy slice of watermelon. It's a refreshing, almost nostalgic experience, instantly transporting us back to carefree childhood picnics, family gatherings, and days filled with laughter under the summer sun. Watermelon feels like a gift from nature. So simple, so pure, so innocent. It's mostly water, after all, so how could something so naturally sweet and hydrating possibly be harmful? But the truth, especially for seniors, is far more unsettling than we might imagine. While watermelon seems like the epitome of refreshment, it holds a hidden danger for those dealing with conditions like numbness or tingling in their feet. Despite its light, hydrating qualities and low-calorie content, watermelon has a very high glycemic index. This means that it causes blood sugar to rise quickly, almost like candy, sending glucose levels spiking to unnatural heights. It's a rapid surge that may seem harmless in the moment, but over time, these spikes take their toll on our bodies, especially our fragile, aging systems. For seniors, particularly those managing diabetes or even prediabetes, the repeated rise and fall of blood sugar levels from seemingly innocent foods like watermelon are silently damaging. These fluctuations weaken the small blood vessels that nourish our nerves, especially in the farthest reaches of our body, like the toes, the feet, and the hands. When blood sugar spikes, our body scrambles to bring it back under control. But the nerves, the ones that are most distant from our heart, are the first to bear the brunt. They become inflamed, deprived of the oxygen and nutrients they need to function properly, and, over time, they sustain permanent damage. What's so heartbreaking is how subtle the effects are at first. You might feel that tingling in your toes or that uncomfortable sensation of walking on pebbles, or you might notice your feet feeling cold, no matter the weather. These seemingly innocent signs, the harmless little nuisances, could be warnings of something far more serious unfolding quietly over the years. Once nerve damage begins, it's not something that can be easily undone. Watermelon also gives us a false sense of hydration. Yes, it's full of water, but without the electrolytes and fiber necessary for our bodies to process sugar safely, it's not the kind of hydration that benefits us in the long run. While you may feel refreshed momentarily, your nerves are struggling internally, battling against the storm of sugar rushing through your bloodstream. For many older adults, watermelon, with all its sweetness and juiciness, is a silent saboteur. It presents itself as something good, something that might help, when in reality, it's quietly contributing to nerve degeneration, imbalance, and an increased risk of falls. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. And the most heartbreaking part? It's often eaten with the belief that it's a healthy choice, a refreshing snack that's helping you stay hydrated and nourished. We've been conditioned to believe that watermelon, so vibrant and full of life, is one of the healthiest fruits out there. But what if the very fruit we're consuming with good intentions is putting our health at risk? If watermelon, with all its innocent appearance, can do this much harm, it's worth wondering what other seemingly harmless fruits we may be unknowingly consuming. The fruits we pop into our mouths mindlessly, convinced they're helping our health. In the next section, let's take a closer look at one of the most deceptively dangerous fruits lurking in nearly every senior's fridge, just waiting to sabotage their health when they least expect it. 3. Grapes, the silent saboteurs. Grapes. They're so small, so sweet, and so undeniably easy to snack on. They're the fruit that feels like a guilt-free indulgence. You might even think of them as a healthy, harmless choice to munch on while catching up on your favorite TV shows or as a simple snack while reading the morning paper. A few grapes here and there seem like such a natural choice. They're a quick and satisfying alternative to the processed snacks we often try to avoid. But here's the harsh truth. For older adults, especially those dealing with issues like numbness, tingling, or that unbearable burning feeling in their feet, grapes might be one of the most dangerous fruits lurking in your kitchen. They are the silent saboteurs, doing more harm than most people ever realize. Let's talk about why grapes, in all their innocent sweetness, have the potential to cause real harm. It's not just the sugar content, though that's already worth paying attention to. Just 1 cup of grapes can pack a punch, with up to 23 grams of sugar. But the danger doesn't lie in the sugar alone. It's the kind of sugar that makes all the difference. Grapes are loaded with fructose, a type of sugar that can put an enormous strain on the liver and spike your blood sugar levels in the blink of an eye. It might sound simple, but for seniors, particularly those whose insulin sensitivity has already decreased with age, this sugar surge wreaks havoc. It isn't just a fleeting moment of high blood sugar, it's a cycle of crashes and spikes, wearing down the nerves, especially in the extremities. And let's face it, the feet, those precious pathways to balance, movement, and freedom, are the first to suffer the consequences. The biggest issue with grapes, and perhaps the most deceptive part, is that they contain practically no fiber. This means that when you snack on a handful of grapes, your body quickly absorbs the sugar. The effects are rapid and harsh. Your blood sugar levels surge, and this constant onslaught of sugar eventually leads to inflammation of the blood vessels and nerve endings. Over time, it chokes off the pathways that are responsible for sending the signals that keep your feet feeling vital, steady, and strong. What begins as a gentle tingling sensation or a light feeling of discomfort can slowly intensify into a burning ache or, even worse, lead to complete numbness. Imagine the frustration and helplessness of not being able to feel the ground beneath your feet. A sensation so familiar yet so utterly terrifying for anyone who has struggled with it. But here's where grapes become even more insidious. They're incredibly addictive. Their small, perfectly bite-sized form and sugary sweetness make them dangerously easy to overeat. There's no heavy dessert or decadent treat here that screams, "Stop! You've had enough." With grapes, you don't realize when you've crossed the line. They're so easy to keep reaching for, almost without thinking. But your body knows. Your nerves feel every single extra gram of sugar you consume. They know every little dip in circulation, every bit of oxidative stress that creeps into your system, slowly eroding your health. What's worse, grapes are often paired with other tempting snacks like cheese, crackers, and even wine, creating a combination that only amplifies the damage. These pairings increase the sugar load and worsen the inflammation of your nervous system. What once seemed like a simple pleasure, a harmless snack, is now a slow, steady threat to your health, your comfort, and your independence. If grapes, those tiny, seemingly innocent fruits, can cause so much harm, it makes you wonder how many other healthy foods are quietly undermining your well-being. Imagine the damage caused by a fruit that's not just sweet, but also praised as heart-healthy. It's time to take a hard look at the fruits in our daily routine and ask ourselves, are we nourishing our bodies, Or are we slowly poisoning them with what we believe to be safe, trusted choices? So, next time you grab a handful of grapes, think about this. Are they helping you feel better, or are they sabotaging your strength, your comfort, and your future? It's time to reconsider what seems harmless and start making choices that truly support your health in the long run. For bananas, too much of a good thing. There's a certain, almost soothing ritual in peeling a banana. The soft, yellow peel gives way to its sweet, creamy interior, and for many older adults, it's a comforting part of their morning routine. Bananas are undeniably convenient, easy to eat, easy on the stomach, and widely touted for their potassium content, which is often praised for its role in preventing muscle cramps. For years, we've been told that bananas are a nutritious choice, one that supports heart health and replenishes the body's electrolyte levels. But what if I told you that these humble fruits, beloved for their simplicity, may not be as benign as we once thought, especially for seniors facing certain health challenges? Yes, bananas are a rich source of potassium, and in moderation, they can be beneficial. But there's something more lurking beneath their golden skin that most people overlook: their sugar content. You see, bananas, particularly when they're fully ripe, are packed with natural sugars. A single medium-sized banana can contain up to 17 grams of sugar, much of it in the form of glucose and fructose. These sugars, while natural, can cause blood sugar levels to spike rapidly, which can be a major concern for older adults, especially those dealing with insulin resistance, prediabetes, or type 2 diabetes, conditions that are unfortunately all too common in later life. This is where things get tricky. These spikes in blood sugar aren't just a minor inconvenience. Over time, they can wreak havoc on the body, contributing to inflammation and swelling, particularly around the peripheral nerves. This is especially troubling for seniors who are already dealing with nerve issues. That familiar tingling sensation you feel in your feet, that odd, cold feeling even when the room is warm, these are more than just uncomfortable symptoms. They are clear signs that your nerves are being stressed, starved for the nutrients they need to function properly. It's like sending a signal down a frayed wire. Communication is lost, and the pain follows. To make matters worse, bananas also contain a naturally occurring compound called tyramine. While tyramine in small amounts might not be much of a concern, when consumed in excess or combination with certain medications, it can affect the way your blood vessels constrict and how blood flows through your body. For seniors already struggling with circulation issues, this is a dangerous combination. Blood flow to the feet, already compromised in many cases, is further restricted, preventing the nerves from healing and accelerating their slow, silent death. Isn't it frustrating to think that something as simple and well-loved as a banana, which we've been told is good for us, could quietly contribute to such significant health problems? We eat them with the belief that they're helping our muscles, our hearts, even our digestion, but we rarely consider their hidden dangers. It's a poignant reminder that as we age, our bodies no longer respond to foods in the same way they once did. The very foods we once trusted can start to take a toll, especially when we're no longer as resilient as we were in our younger years. Bananas are a perfect example of how something seemingly innocent can turn harmful when we're not paying close attention. If a beloved fruit like the banana can cause such subtle damage, then what happens when a different fruit, one that's even more concentrated in sugar, enters the picture? The risks may surprise you, and the consequences might be far greater than we expect. Let's take a closer look at this hidden danger, one that packs a sugary punch in the smallest of servings. The implications may shock you. 5 dried fruits. Concentrated trouble. Dried fruits, small, innocent, and seemingly healthy, hold a secret that could be wreaking havoc on your health, especially as we age. You've probably had them tucked away in your pantry. A handful of raisins, a few dates, maybe some dried apricots or figs, all sealed neatly in a zippered bag. They seem harmless, don't they? You might even toss a handful of them onto your morning cereal, thinking you're doing something good for your body, adding fiber, natural sweetness, and a touch of wholesome goodness to your diet. For years, dried fruits have carried the reputation of being a healthy snack, a far better choice than processed, sugar-laden desserts. We've been told that they're a better option for satisfying that sweet craving. But here's the thing no one tells you, especially as we grow older: these so-called healthy treats are concentrated trouble in disguise. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's easy to overlook just how dangerous they can be, because their small size and chewy texture make them feel like a simple, natural indulgence. But the truth is, dried fruits are among the most concentrated sources of sugar you can consume. And that's a serious problem for your aging body, particularly for your delicate nerves. Let's take a moment to understand what happens when a fruit is dried. When fruits are dehydrated, they lose their water content, but they don't lose their sugar. They concentrate on it. What was once a fresh piece of fruit, bursting with hydration, turns into a compact little package packed with sugars like fructose and glucose. The result? What looks like a harmless snack can cause a dramatic rise in your blood sugar levels. Take raisins, for example. A small handful of raisins can carry as much sugar as a chocolate bar, but with none of the obvious guilt. The danger lies in how sneaky it is. Dried fruits are small and easy to snack on, making them feel innocent, even medicinal. But for seniors, especially those who are already managing blood sugar issues or who suffer from nerve damage, these seemingly healthy treats are a trap. They may look like a light, natural option, but they're actually flooding your system with sugar at an alarming rate. This sudden surge overwhelms your insulin response, causing your blood sugar to spike. And for older adults whose bodies are no longer as metabolically resilient, this isn't just a temporary blip. It means higher blood sugar levels that linger longer, directly feeding inflammation in your nerves. Over time, this chronic exposure to high blood sugar can cause irreparable damage to the blood vessels that supply your peripheral nerves. When this happens, your nerves, particularly those in your legs and feet, begin to suffer. The warm, burning sensation at night, or that growing numbness in your feet that makes it hard to feel the floor beneath your toes, aren't just inconveniences. These are signs that your nerves are crying out for help, but instead of healing, the sugar from dried fruits is pushing them closer to silence. The worst part? Many dried fruits are also treated with preservatives like sulfites, which only add to the inflammation and irritation, potentially triggering allergic responses that further damage your already fragile system. What makes it even harder to resist is how easy it is to overeat dried fruits. Because they're small, they're deceptively easy to consume in large quantities without thinking twice. One handful seems harmless, but before you know it, you've consumed far more sugar than you intended. It's all too easy to let this healthy snack sneak up on you, contributing to an even greater risk for nerve damage, inflammation, and blood sugar problems. Now, picture a fruit that isn't dried, yet still hides behind a friendly face. A fruit that we commonly associate with health, vitality, and immune support. It seems harmless, but for many older adults, this very fruit can quietly irritate your nerves, interfere with the medications you're taking, and do more harm than good. But that's a conversation for another time. Let's continue exploring this journey of discovery together. See, oranges, not always heart-healthy. For generations, we've been taught that oranges are the epitome of health, bright, juicy, and packed with vitamin C. From the breakfast tables of our childhood to the lunch counters at senior centers, oranges have been a trusted ally in the fight against colds, fatigue, and low immunity. You've probably been told countless times that during flu season, an orange a day keeps the doctor away, or that a glass of orange juice in the morning sets you up for a healthy day. It's easy to believe that such a wholesome fruit can only be a force for good. But as we grow older, our bodies change, and what once seemed like a simple, healthy snack might not always serve us as well as it once did. Here's the harsh truth. Oranges, despite their image as a heart-healthy, immunity-boosting fruit, are not always the best choice for seniors, especially those dealing with nerve issues, diabetes, or circulatory problems. We tend to think of oranges as safe, but the reality is that they contain a surprising amount of sugar. In fact, A single medium-sized orange can contain around 12 grams of sugar. While that might not sound like much, when you consume orange juice, you're stripping away the fiber that helps slow the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. The result is a rapid blood sugar spike, similar to drinking a sugary soda or soft drink, except it's a fruit. For older adults with slower metabolism and reduced insulin sensitivity, this surge in sugar can be especially dangerous. The cumulative effect of too many sugary oranges over time is more than just a concern for your waistline. It puts a strain on the delicate blood vessels that nourish your peripheral nerves, including the ones in your feet. This is particularly problematic for those with diabetes or neuropathy. Beyond that, the acidity in oranges can wreak havoc on your body in ways you may not immediately feel. While younger, healthier individuals may not notice the effects of the citric acid in oranges, for seniors, especially those already struggling with inflammation or sensitive nerves, this acidity can intensify the burning or tingling sensations commonly experienced with nerve pain. The once familiar comfort of a sweet orange becomes a painful reminder of the fragility of our bodies. And to make matters worse, the acidity can further irritate already inflamed nerves, leading to a vicious cycle of increasing discomfort that might even interfere with sleep. Perhaps most troubling of all is how oranges can interact with medications commonly prescribed to older adults. The very fruit you may believe is doing wonders for your heart could be silently undermining your treatment plan. Oranges, particularly when consumed in large amounts, can interfere with medications like statins, blood pressure pills, and anti-inflammatory drugs, reducing their effectiveness. So, the orange you thought was helping your heart may actually be hindering your health, while contributing to the very nerve pain in your feet that you're trying to manage. The bottom line is that oranges, while they still have a place in some diets, are not always as innocent as they seem. Their sugar and acidity can be harmful when consumed regularly, especially if you're unaware of how they're impacting your body's systems. The truth is, what we once considered a safe and healthy fruit may no longer be the best option for seniors, particularly those with existing health challenges. So, what should you eat instead? After learning about the potential harm certain fruits can do to your nerves and circulation, it's easy to feel betrayed, even angry. These are fruits we've been taught to love, to trust, and to rely on for good health. But the reality is, as we age, we must adapt our choices to match the changes in our bodies. Our bodies are no longer the same. They are more sensitive, our nerves more vulnerable, and what once nourished us may now be slowly working against us. But this is not a call to give up fruit altogether. Instead, it's an invitation to make wiser, more informed choices. Choices that protect your body, support your circulation, and help preserve your nerve health. Choose fruits that are naturally low in sugar but rich in fiber and antioxidants. Blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries, for example, are some of the best options for seniors. Not only are they low on the glycemic index, which means they don't cause dangerous spikes in blood sugar, but they're also packed with anti-inflammatory compounds that help protect nerve health and reduce oxidative stress. Berries can help ease the progression of neuropathy, giving your body the tools it needs to fight back. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Avocados, though often overlooked as a fruit, are another powerful option. They're full of healthy fats that support heart health and help stabilize blood sugar, which in turn preserves nerve function and protects blood vessels. Unlike sugary fruits that can overwhelm the body, avocados nourish it gently, offering steady energy and the support your body needs to keep functioning at its best. Apples are another excellent choice, especially when eaten with the skin on. They offer a balance of natural sugars and fiber that helps keep glucose levels steady throughout the day. Lemons, too, while tart, provide essential vitamin C and support detoxification without the heavy sugar load found in oranges. It's not about avoiding fruit entirely, but rather about making smarter, more intentional choices that align with the needs of your aging body. Pair these fruits with protein or healthy fats, perhaps a handful of nuts or a slice of cheese, to slow digestion and give your body time to absorb the nutrients safely. As we grow older, the goal isn't to restrict ourselves, but to embrace wisdom. The wisdom that comes with understanding how our bodies work, how they've changed, and how we can best care for them. Each choice we make at this stage of life carries great weight, not just for our comfort, but for our independence and our ability to continue living the life we want. It's about protecting your mobility, your independence, and your peace of mind. The process of aging is not easy, but it brings with it an opportunity for profound self-awareness. Our feet, in particular, have a lot to say about our health. They may not speak loudly, but they whisper to us in the form of numbness, tingling, and discomfort. When you start paying attention to these whispers, you begin to hear the call for change. And the time to respond is now. You don't have to settle for feeling less than your best. The power to improve your health, your comfort, and your vitality lies in the choices you make each day. Remember, the decisions you make today can shape the future you'll enjoy tomorrow. In the end, the truth about oranges, and so many other fruits, is that they may not be the health food we once believed. But that's okay. It's not about perfection. It's about choosing wisely. The more you listen to your body, the more you'll realize how much power you have to create a healthier, stronger, and more vibrant life. As we wrap up today's video, I hope you've gained valuable insights into the hidden truths about oranges and how they may affect your health, especially as we age. It's crucial to understand that what once worked for our bodies may not always be the best choice as we grow older. You've learned about the impact of sugary fruits and how they can silently disrupt your nerve health, while also discovering healthier alternatives that support your body in this new chapter of life. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned today that you'll bring into your daily routine? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. I'd love to hear how this information is making a difference in your life. If you like this video, please don't forget to leave your comment, hit that thumbs up button, and share this with someone who could benefit from these tips. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on future videos designed to help you live your healthiest life. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.